need in a way, but it's a human need that needs to be put in the proper channels. Sexual passion, you know. So now we have got this passion that God has created in us, and in Islam we are encouraged to enjoy that. But enjoy, do not abuse. Enjoy by putting it into the proper channel. And the proper channel is that you must be in an ethical relationship, adding that ethical value to the relationship that you are in, and that would be where you direct your sexual energy.
Now someone says, you know what, okay, Islam calls to moderation, right? Not going to extremes. And someone says, you know what, I just want to watch it a little bit to get my relationship with my wife, to boost it up a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm not going to take it anywhere else. I'll keep it with my wife, and we'll just do this part-time. We'll watch this. And have you heard this excuse?
Yes, I have. And that is part of what the industry uses. But you have got to remember one thing. Porn is somebody else's imagination. It is not my imagination, and it is not, you know, a wife's imagination. This is somebody else's imagination, and they're selling it to us. But see, remember this, a healthy sexual relationship between husband and wife is not developed, will not be enhanced or enticed because, you know, they're watching porn. Mm-hmm. That is not how you enhance the sexual relationship between partners. So what we would do is, there is actually a better alternative than watching porn. And, you know, I mean, we will talk a lot more about this, but what we see on porn is usually what really happens in there. But I've heard that argument, and it's a really bad argument. Mm-hmm. It's, you know, like, you know what, I am not really going to become alcoholic, I just want a little alcohol. And Islam closes the door completely on that. In the hadith, as you well know, the Prophet ﷺ says, مَا أَسْكَرَ كَثِيرُهُ فَقَلِيلُهُ حَرَامٌ. That which makes you intoxicated in large quantities, small quantities of it are forbidden. So now, because it has got that potential, then there is really no amount that would be considered to be a safe amount.
Islam cuts it from the root.
By all means.
If it doesn't contribute to the betterment of society, it's out.
By all means. And the idea is very simple. It has got that potential into it. It can potentially lead there. Therefore, there is really no goodness that can come out of it. Now, to be honest, there may be some goodness coming out of it, but the harm always outweighs the goodness. And at that point, whatever goodness may come out of it, it's not worth it.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with more here on The Deen Show.
Do not kill a woman. Do not kill a child. Do not...
You know, going to different religious leaders, Buddhism, Hinduism, forms of Christianity. I even ran into people from the Nation of Islam.
Kill an old man. Do not kill an animal. Do not cut a tree down. Do not pollute their water. Do not burn their homes.
Back here on The Deen Show with Sheikh Yasser Fazaga. Now, I also, when I opened up the show, I kind of defined what this beautiful way of life is. The way that's calling you to noble behavior, is calling you to establish a direct connection with the one who created you, is calling you to be good to your neighbor, to be good in society. But now a lot of people, they have attributed this, maybe, you know, to the actions of a few bad apples, and there are a few bad apples in every bunch. So now for the person who likes what we have to say, but because we cater to a lot of the, I call them not yet Muslims, because everyone has the potential to submit just to the one God, the same God that Jesus worshiped, that's the God that we're worshiping. And we're trying to develop ourselves to be the best human beings that we can, but someone's listening to you, and now we mention the word Islam, and they right away think, man, look at these terrorists, I don't want to take nothing from them. What do you got to say to this person so we can remove the block and continue on with our topic?
You know, and well, we first thank them for watching, by the way, and I think that is really beautiful. And one thing that has happened as a result of the bad apples, that is, we kept defining Islam by what it's not. So we're constantly talking about, well, Islam is not terrorism, Islam is not violence, it's not extremism, it's not this. So we talk about what it's not, but rarely do we get a chance to talk about what it is. And, you know, part of what Islam teaches here is this idea of the subjugation of the passion, the idea of self-discipline. That is part of the teachings, universal values that Islam appreciates, that actually anybody, you don't even have to be a Muslim to appreciate, some people talking about, let us protect our families. Porn is not good to the family. Let us protect our young boys, about, our young girls. We're talking about the first time that a person is exposed to porn, as we talk right now, is at the age of 11.
11.
At the age of 11. So much sexual content is coming towards this kid, be it a boy or be it a girl, that they have not developed yet. And they don't know how to contend with the information that they're just bombarded with. And that, you don't need to be a Muslim, you don't need to be a Christian or Jew or atheist or theist in order to appreciate, the need to protect, our families and our children from that. So I would say to the people who are watching out there, you may not agree with my theology, you may not, appreciate my faith, but the point is that this is an issue that is impacting the masses. And that is, as a Muslim community, this is what we like to contribute out there.
Now the person says also, another argument, someone says, look, I'm not harming nobody, just me, myself, and the video, and I'm having a good time. I'm not murdering nobody, I'm not stealing from nobody. What's the problem?
Actually, that is not a very good argument. This is like the person who says that, I will drink, I will not drive, I will just be at home. Harm done to self is harm done to society.
Harm done to self
is harm done to society. Okay? You may not be, driving out there causing accidents, getting your DUI, but it's taken away from the potential of a father that you can be. It's taken away from the potential of a good husband that you can be. It's taken away from so much potential of you as an individual that you can bring into society. So this is really not a good argument, because I am not harming anybody else, therefore it should be okay. That is not acceptable. And by the way, if you are in a relationship, then you are harming somebody else, okay? Because you are leaking and misdirecting your sexual energy